The other one that's out there, there are people that have this indifference. And I see this often. I see this often on boards, to be honest. Because when you're on a board, you are responsible for some pretty difficult conversations, some critical decision making. Some tough conversations need to happen. Oftentimes there needs to be voting, there needs to be accountability. And sometimes when we're having these conversations, people will respond with indifference, which is a way of agreeing, but they really don't agree. So they'll say things like, sure, fine, whatever. Which really is their way of saying no, but they're not going to come out and say no. They're going to hope that you get their displeasure or their lack of full acceptance. They're not at 100%. And so their answers are not yes and no and quite clear and succinct and really something that opens up communication. They are passive. It's actually a really passive-aggressive way of saying no. Whatever. By the way, listen for these at home. Because they can occur there as well, right? If you just think about, a couple of conversations you might have had with your spouse or your partner or teenage kids. You ever hear whatever? Mm-hmm. Fine. Sure. Yeah. It's very obvious, but you know what? It's so common, it's so frequent that we sometimes don't necessarily understand that it is an efficiency buster that is killing communication in the workplace. So recognize that indifference. So what we want to do is we want to understand these efficiency busters because we want to hear them. We want to notice them. So I will make you a promise. I will make you a promise that when you go home after today, when you get back to your workplace, you are going to hear these efficiency busters. It's like the pink car syndrome. If I were to talk to you about pink cars on the way home, you would notice all the pink cars on the road that you'd never seen before. With efficiency busters, you're going to notice these things. You're going to have an ear out for, but, whatever, sure, all these pieces. So we want to make sure that once you have that piece, that you know what to do about it. So how do you fix efficiency busters? You've just started. Everybody in this room has a higher level of awareness in just noticing them. They will no longer fly under the radar. They are going to be the thing that you hear and you go, oh, there it is again.